If you run an e-commerce brand and you think that your email marketing strategy could do with a bit of improvement, this video is for you. But very few are using email campaigns the way they should. And the reason being is because most brands are using email campaigns with absolutely no system behind them. And in this video, I'm going to show you the biggest mistakes both e-commerce brands and agencies are making and exactly how to fix them. And if you're new to the channel, my name is Adam. I'm the co-founder of Retention for Brands, and we're responsible for over $100 million in e-commerce sales. We've worked with 150 plus 7 to 9 figure e-commerce brands, and it's safe to say I know a thing or two about email campaigns. So now let's dive in. The first big problem is that brands are simply not sending enough campaigns. This one can be a bit uncomfortable for a lot of brand owners and marketing managers. And the fact of the matter is most brands are just simply not sending enough. Now, of course, volume is list dependent. And if you have 5,000 people on your list, you probably shouldn't behave like someone who has 200,000. But once you're passing 50,000 on your email list, it's time to really start upping your campaign volume. So let me give you an example of a random brand. They send 270 campaigns per year. Most people would say that's a strong number. And that basically works out at 22 campaigns per month. But the thing is, there's 365 days in the year. That means that this brand left 95 calendar days empty. Now assume their average campaign makes $5,000. That's 95 times 5,000. And that is 475,000 in revenue they simply did not even try to capture. And this is where most people start to panic. They think that sending every single day will kill their list. But that really only happens if you're sending the same stuff to the same people over and over again. And that brings us to our next problem, which is no segmentation. The thing is, most brands batch and blast. They either send to their full list or a generic engaged segment, and that's it. And they completely ignore that their list is made up of totally different types of people. To put it simply, you have non-buyers, lapsed customers, VIP customers, one-time buyers, and repeat buyers. And obviously, these people should not be receiving the same messages. When segmentation is done properly, it allows you to send more emails to your list without burning it. It allows you to keep content relevant to the person reading it. It allows you to increase clicks because the content actually matches their situation. And it allows you to reduce spam complaints and unsubscribes. The brands that send irrelevant emails do. So now we're on to our third problem, which is when brands have no campaign strategy. Because the thing is, most brands simply do not have one. They just send. But every campaign should have a reason to exist. For example, is the goal of this campaign to grow subscriptions? Is it to win back lapsed customers? Is it to convert non-buyers? Is it to push a specific product? Is it to increase AOV? And it doesn't just have to be one of these. These are just random examples. It could of course be a mixture of these. But the thing is, every single campaign should have an underlying goal. At our agency, a very common pattern that we follow when it comes to campaign strategy is the following. We'll send an educational email about a product first. Then a few days later, we'll send a more direct sales email for that same product. The educational email warms people up, the sales email converts them. And this works particularly well if you do want to sell more of a specific product, because sending just one campaign about that specific product probably won't do a whole bunch for you. Now, the fourth and final problem is that brands are simply not using their entire list. And this one is a silent revenue killer. The thing is, most e-commerce brands only send to 60 to 70% of their total list. And that means 30 to 40% of their subscribers are not receiving anything. And this usually means one of two things. Either those people are completely unengaged and you're wasting money paying for them on your Klaviyo bill, or they are somewhat engaged, but you have simply never emailed them, so they slowly go stale. And the thing is, you can spot this in about 30 seconds. Go into your email platform and create a segment of people who have received an email 0 times in the last 90 days, and they can still receive email marketing, meaning they're still on your list. And for a lot of brands, seeing this number will probably shock you. And if it's not too high, congrats, you're making good use of your list. But the thing is, if it is high, that's a lot of money sitting in your database that's not even being tapped into. Another tip that I'd recommend, if you do find that you have a lot of people who have not been emailed in the last, let's say, 90 to 180 days, if you're a bit unsure about whether these people should be emailed or should not be emailed, I would suggest using a platform like Zero Bounce. Just run that list through Zero Bounce. Get rid of all the dead contacts and then feed them into your regular campaigns. Let's just say it's 1,000 people to make the math simple. And we would break this segment down into cohorts of 200 people. So for example, we'll have cohort 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 5 cohorts of 200 people. What we'll then do is we'll include one cohort in an email send to our general engaged list. The reason why we do this is because if they're included in our general engaged list, that means that if those customers do show poor deliverability metrics, for example, they click spam, they unsubscribe, those metrics will be diluted into a bigger list. And that's just a little side note on how you can do that carefully. If you do have any other questions about that process, feel free to leave them down below in the comments. So the thing is, you might be wondering, how do you combine all this together? If you are making these mistakes, how can you fix this moving forward for your own brand? Because the thing is, when you combine low campaign volume, no segmentation, no strategy, and unused subscribers, you end up with an email strategy that feels busy but does not actually produce meaningful revenue. And the brands that win are not sending fewer emails. They're sending a high volume of relevant emails to the right people with a clear goal behind each one of them. So if you really want to have an elite campaign strategy for your e-commerce brands, you need to fix these 4 things first. Number 1 is sending a high volume. Number 2 is segmenting your list correctly. Number 3 is having a strategy behind your campaigns and having a clear goal behind each one. And number 4 is making sure that you're making good use of the list that you have. And if you do that, email, of course, is going to be one of your most profitable channels. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it if you could leave a like and subscribe. And if you do run an e-commerce brand and you want me to audit your email campaign strategy, click the link down below in the description to have a chat with myself, and we'll put a plan in place for your brand. And if not, no worries. At the very least, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you on the next one.